everybody, happy Thanksgiving. So I'm going to show you how I make my macaroni and cheese. The turkey's already in the oven. So the noodles are already cooked. I take the elbow macaroni and I put it in the bowl. And you can tell I need a big mixing bowl because we put a lot of cheese. The trick is you do a lot of salt and pepper, a lot of butter, and I do 3 different cheeses, sometimes 5, but this time I'm doing sharp cheddar, mozzarella, and ricotta. And I also put an egg in there to hold everything together. We have everything, the stuffing's prepared. The stuffing is the one thing Russ does. He makes that, he makes his mom's stuffing. We did the cranberry sauce. It's been chilling overnight. We do the homemade whole cranberry sauce. And my turkey, I put 2 apples in, or sometimes 1 depending on how big. This was a 21 pounder because we're having people over today. And I put a lot of butter on top of the turkey, and then I do a basting marinade. I use 1 beer. Today I used a Guinness. Sometimes you can use any beer, but I used a Guinness today I use a whole jar of molasses and lemon zest. So I grated part of the lemon peel and you let it soak, and that's what I based it with. And we also injected it with a butter seasoning and some just to give it a little extra. And we cover it completely with aluminum foil while it's baking. So for the first 4 hours, we'll let it bake completely. And of course, we'll open it a little bit to baste it. And then that keeps it really juicy, and you're not keeping it open and making it dry. And then after the last hour or so, we take the top off to make it, to get it browned. And it usually turns out really juicy. I think there's only been like 1 or 2 years where it wasn't as juicy as I wanted it to be, but normally it's super juicy. But back to the macaroni. Let's see, I'm putting a lot of butter in. And then I'm stirring this all around in here. And then I'll get the salt and pepper and season it. So you season the noodles before you even add the cheese. Seasoning is very important. As we all know and we've seen on social media, some of those non-seasoned dishes, that's not good. All right, so I'm just adding a lot of, this is kosher salt. You don't have to have kosher salt, but I just add a lot because it will bake in. And get some pepper, a lot of pepper too. It's not going to be spicy, it just gives it flavor. So I don't do anything fancy with my mac and cheese. I make old style Southern mac and cheese. And this is one of Scarlett's favorites and our son Che. I'm just mixing all of that salt and pepper in, and then I'm going to take a separate fork. I'm not going to double dip it, and the camera followed me over there, so you saw Russ peeling potatoes. He helps me peel things. Okay. It has enough salt. It's good. Okay. So it's good to taste your food a little bit as you go so that you know it has some flavors. All right, so I'm putting this to the side. Now I'm gonna go get the cheeses. All right, so I am slightly beating an egg just because I'm gonna add that in. It kind of holds it together. Some people don't put an egg in, but I do. I also add a little evaporated milk to make it, because it helps it not to get dry, and then it shouldn't be dry anyway, but we've all had dry macaroni, so you know what I'm talking about if you've eaten dry macaroni and it's not good. The egg's in there, the first part of the cheese is in there. I'm gonna add more. because I also put it on the top. There you go. So far that's the cheese. And you can see how nice it looks. It doesn't look dry at all. Here is the mozzarella. I use mozzarella and my mac and cheese. And I'm mixing it all up. I have to use a huge mixing bowl. This mixing bowl was one that I got from Tupperware, gosh, more than 20 years ago, and it's still good. I'm not a huge Tupperware person. I don't have a cupboard full of Tupperware, but when Russ was in the Army, we had this lady selling Tupperware, and of course, you know, I was a new military wife, so I was like, oh, okay, let's try this Tupperware. And it was really expensive, so I could only get a couple of things, but they've lasted. It's always, you know, so that's good. So I'm mixing all this up, make sure it's all coated. I think that's enough cheese now. And then I put the ricotta in there. Putting that, open this. Oh, that went right in. Okay. Thought I was gonna have to spoon some out, but it's doing it. Oh, don't do that. It popped out. And I'm just stirring it, making sure everything's mixed. And then we use the disposable pans. I'll show you in a second. And when we always pre-wash them. So I got the amount that I needed last night. Even the turkey pan, you know, the big silver ones, I always wash those before I use them, because you just need to wash off the factory stuff. You don't know who all's been touching it at the store. It's just kind of gross if you don't wash it. But at least I think it is, so we wash them. And we always wash our dishes as we go. We never have a full sink of dirty dishes. Every time I do something like, we're about to wash the pot that the noodles were cooking in, and then I'll wash this bowl. That'll be done. We prepared a lot last night too. So we, this gets hard to stir a little bit. It's not hard to stir, it's just a lot. Let me show you. I'm just trying to make sure it's all coated and in there. And then, all right, so I'm ready to put it in the pan. Well, almost. I'm just doing a light spray, olive oil, cooking spray, and then, oh, this is heavy. All right. So I'm gonna pour it in the pan. If you can see that. I'll show you in a minute. I'm just trying to get all this in there. So Russ does a lot of the cooking now that he's retired, and I work full time, but Thanksgiving is the time that I really shine. I really like to make the whole dinner. I've just kind of always done that. And he does help. I mean, he'll do the chopping, and sometimes the chopping is some of the hardest parts, right? So, okay, I'm getting this all in there. I'm gonna get that some evaporated milk that I have, and pour that on the inside a little bit. All right. Okay. I am gonna wash this. I'm not gonna put this back in there, but I want to taste it just to see. Yeah, that's gonna be good. That's going to be good. Okay. Unless you're just not a fan of mac and cheese, but yeah, it's gonna be good. What, you don't want to start with cheddar? Russ says, so Russ doesn't, he's a weirdo. He says he's not a fan of any mac and cheese. And I'm like, if you don't like, his kids think he's weird. He says he's not picky, but he is picky. He'll eat gross things, but he won't eat good stuff.
Great. Now everybody's gonna start asking, what kind of gross stuff will we eat? Will we eat just boogers and stuff like that?
Ew, I'm making a Thanksgiving meal. Why are you talking gross things? Gross. It's so nasty. Ugh. So, yep, put enough cheese. It's gonna be nice. Yeah, that's gonna be so good. And then when we bake this, I'll bake it at 350 for about 30 to 40 minutes. And I just, you know, you check it, of course, to see and make sure it's cooked sufficiently and everything's melted together. So what we do, this is how I do it. Since the turkey's cooking, I just, you know, the things that we didn't prepare last night. So he made the stuffing. He always, like I said, he always makes his mom's stuffing, and that's been in the fridge overnight. Sometimes I'll prepare the mac and cheese the night before and let the flavors kind of, you know, merge together. It's not always necessary. I don't always do that. Obviously, I didn't today. I made the cranberry sauce last night so that could chill overnight, you know, just the full cranberries. Yes, I do that. I don't do the can one, and that's fine if you do, because some people just like they like it to take the shape of the can. I know that's a thing. I know my mom used to do that a long time ago when I was a kid, but yeah. And then we have the yams prepped. We just cut up a lot of yams, and then we'll put a lot of butter and a lot of brown sugar, and we bake them. We don't mash them up or do anything like that. They kind of get soft in the oven, and we just do it like that. And that's how, and it turns out really well. I ate a pumpkin pie last night. We are cheating. We're doing a Mary Calendar's chocolate silk, so we're gonna thaw that out later just in case. And I also make a homemade fruit salad. I will check back with you, and I'll definitely show you. I don't know if I'm going to show you everything I'm making, but I kind of wanted to go over and I'll show you the final products of everything afterward. And then I might be all fixed up by then because I'll be done cooking. But all right, so these are Thanksgiving goals, and you saw my reality earlier, and Russ asked me, he goes, are you going to wear that all day? No, I'm not going to wear this all day. This would be entirely too uncomfortable. But I thought it would be cute. I've always thought the pictures were cute when people do pinup type stuff. Or can you imagine being a 50s housewife and doing this all the time and having the cocktail ready? I mean,
in heels?
I don't know if that was a reality or if it was just for the shows, you know, the TV shows, but that's kind of like the whole WandaVision thing that I foresee. But anyway, the turkey's not quite done yet, but it's almost done. It needs to cook probably about
She's looking
30
purty.
more minutes. Let's see.
She's looking purty.
Let me go.
Using her double ovens, finally.
Yes.
Oh, that skin break.
Yeah, no, it's clear. The juices are clear, but I'm still going to keep it in a few more minutes.
I want it to be a little more golden brown.
Yeah, I do too. Okay. Woo. Alrighty.
It's our other stuff over there.
Okay, so reality is I am going to change again, but I'm just going to wear something comfortable like a little skirt and leggings. But yeah, because this, could you imagine? I don't know if this was just for TV shows. Does anyone who was, you know, housewife in the 50s, did they really do this? I just like I always think the pictures are really cute. So, but. So we've been having so much fun at our Thanksgiving with Katie and Zara and Jason, and of course Russ and Scarlett are here. They said they liked the dinner, so hopefully they won't be sick. No, I'm just kidding. I think they'll be fine. But no, I cook dinner every Thanksgiving. So we've been playing games. We've been playing Taboo. I'm not monetized anyway, so it doesn't matter. We've been playing this game, the couples game, and I think Zara wants to play this game. We have this millennial game that we play sometimes. Yeah, go get it. And we're going to play this millennial game. It's in the closet upstairs in the loft. So yeah, it's been really fun. Oh, Katie's trying her first. with Katie's Florida Life. She's trying her first pumpkin pie. I don't know if she likes the flavor. Pumpkin pie is kind of polarizing.
Yeah.
Put some whipped cream on it.
I don't like whipped cream.
Well, my goodness.
Making a mess.
There you see it. There you have it. Katie doesn't like pumpkin pie. We do have a chocolate silk pie, and we have a fruit salad too.
I don't know. It's not something I've ever tasted before.
It's different. Yeah. Hi, Zara. Zara is wearing this amazing shirt from Six the Musical. As you know, Scarlett and I are theater nerds, and she has seen the musical Six, and we've never actually had the opportunity to see it. So,
Hopefully,
but yeah,
this is really good.
And I think they said they're going to go see Wicked the movie too.
Yeah, we should
we've
go
seen
together.
it.
Us four should go together. I know
We'll
you've
go.
already seen it.
I'll see it again. I'll see it again. We had a really fun day on Thanksgiving with Katie from Katie's Florida Life and Jason and their daughter Zara, and Scarlett and Russ were here. We played games. I was going to vlog more. I showed you some of the stuff from Thanksgiving and some of the food and everything, but we just got busy kind of just having fun, talking, playing games and stuff. We played Taboo and this couples game. It was really fun. And today, let's see, it is Black Friday, and it's the first Black Friday I've had to work in a really long time. So I don't know what's going on, but yeah, so I had to work today, and I was able to get to Bath and Body Works, and they have their sale. So I don't get their candles unless it's they're on sale, but they have buy 3 get 3, so you can see. They also have the bag where if you spend $40, you can get the bag for $40, and this was what was in the bag. So I don't do a lot of Black Friday shopping, but I try to do, I'll try to do it if it's, a decent deal. So I got 6 hand soaps for the price of 3, 6 3-wick candles for the price of 3, and I even got a free body wash. I love the Twisted Peppermint scent for Christmas. It kind of smells like peppermint and bubblegum kind of mix, and they've had it for, the past several Christmases. And I also like the scent Perfect Christmas. Sorry, I'm looking at it. That's why my face got so close. If you can see, it's a little, we already have it burning. And it is, it kind of smells a little bit like pine, but it's like pine and spicy, and it's not just the Christmas tree scent. So it's kind of cool. This is probably going to be a really short vlog. I thought it was going to be a little longer and we were going to do more, but that's okay. Sometimes short and sweet's better, right? And I'm going to do a few more things. I'm going to cover, finish up the Universal Christmas vlog as soon as we can. I'll probably try to post that at some point, maybe Sunday, maybe I'm going to try. But I'll try to get this Thanksgiving one up just as an extra vlog this week because I usually try to post Sundays and Wednesdays. I don't always get to it, but I post at least one a week. But if I do 2, it's usually around Sunday or Wednesday. But I'm going to post one probably tonight sometime, the Thanksgiving one, just because otherwise it's, it'll be timely. So I'm kind of rambling right now, so I hope everyone's having a good holiday so far, and just stay safe out there. And as always, please stay magical, epic, and positive.